Guys, some crazy stuff has been going on in the world of women's basketball. But guess who's on top of the headlines today? None other than the best in the league, Caitlin Clark. Yeah, you heard that right, Caitlin Clark. This time, ESPN has just dropped a time bomb about her new European contract. It seems like Caitlin has made up her mind to pack her bags and leave the WNBA for a bigger challenge in Europe. And mouths have not stopped talking, especially ESPN commentators. But before you ask, why would she leave like that? We'll break it all down for you in this video. We already know Caitlin has been doing her thing, holding the league down like it's her playground. She's had the stats, the fans, and even the haters glued to every move she makes on the court. Her basketball IQ, her court vision, you just can't say enough about it. But here's the catch. While Caitlin was putting in the work and outplaying every other player, the league was just letting things get worse for her. She was getting elbowed, pushed, fouled, the refs threw her to the wolves, and no one said anything. She even said it herself. I feel like I'm getting hammered. Everyone is being too physical with me, and opponents get away with things others wouldn't. You'd think the league would go all out to protect their beloved superstar from the brutal hits she's been taking on the court, but nah, they'd rather sit back and watch her get roughed up left and right. And now, the big news is hitting like a slap in the face. But let's talk about the Wonder Girl for a second. I mean, take a look at her trophy cabinet. It's insane for a 22-year-old woman. We're talking about a player who's an absolute game changer. Clark thought about pulling up from three, dipped inside, and laid it in. She stepped into the league like she owned it, shooting from long range, dropping dimes like it's nothing, and bringing a whole new vibe to the WNBA. You hear fans saying heartwarming things like, I only tuned in to watch the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark. After putting in so much work during the season, Caitlin deserved a break and she took it. She won Rookie of the Year, received 67 of 68 votes, and decided to take some much-needed time off. She dipped out to Europe, catching fresh air, playing golf, living her best life. But many fans and media members suspected that this vacation might actually be a low-key business trip. Rumors started flying that European teams were pushing hard to get her on their roster. Now you might be thinking, why Europe? Isn't the WNBA a world-class league? And you're right, the WNBA is top tier. But European basketball is a whole different ball game. They're miles ahead of the WNBA in certain ways, and let's not even start on the salary. European clubs are throwing out contracts that make you do a double take. We're talking six figures. They roll out the red carpet for rare talents, especially someone like Caitlin who has superstar written all over her. This kind of move sets you up for life. Forget the money for a second, Europe has real hoopers too. Players like Andalova, Gabriella, and Anderson Yvonne. The competition is fierce, the arenas are packed, and the fans, they're wild about the game. And we all know Caitlin is a straight shooter, from her deep threes to her flashy no-look passes and ankle-breaking crossovers. That kind of finesse will absolutely kill in Europe. Fans there will eat it up like a full-course meal. Speculation is everywhere now. The big news is all over the internet. Caitlin Clark may have just landed a massive contract in Europe. And honestly, who would say no to that? She's about to sign a fat deal to go play overseas, where they'll actually appreciate her talent. And now, ESPN and the WNBA are feeling betrayed. Well, that's what happens when a player finally realizes her worth. And let's not forget her final game. Clark dropped 29 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds, but she still got done dirty by the refs and some of her teammates. How do you miss shots that even high schoolers could make? Caitlin was out there doing everything while her team kept blowing opportunities. The WNBA should have been rolling out the red carpet for her, but instead, they fumbled big time. Now let's get one thing straight, some folks out here are taking sides, saying her success was more about her looks than her skills. Alyssa Thomas even tried to flip it into a race thing, but Caitlin shut that down quick, saying she's where she is because of her hustle, period. In one interview, when asked about those comments, she said exactly what every fan wanted to hear. It's definitely upsetting. Nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, or hateful comments. I just want to keep uplifting the league in a positive light. You can't ignore the record she broke, and you definitely can't reduce her grind to controversy. But that's exactly what the media tried to do. She single-handedly carried the WNBA on her back. Her jersey outsold legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. Her games became must-see TV. There's nobody else in the league who could pull in that kind of audience or influence. So now that she's leaving, the WNBA is looking lost, empty seats, dusty jerseys, and a whole lot of what do we do now? Viewership has dropped by nearly 50%, and ESPN is finally waking up, realizing they let their golden ticket walk out the door. But they had all the time in the world to promote her, to celebrate her, and they didn't. They treated her like she was just another player. Nah, Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's a once-in-a-generation talent, and the WNBA blew it big time. Basketball is a physical sport, sure, but what Caitlin had to endure in the WNBA was straight-up disrespectful. She was getting bodied like it was the UFC. She said it herself. It was physical, not the best start. I got into foul trouble early, had to sit, and it was hard to find my rhythm. The refs stayed silent. The league stayed silent. It's wild. How do you let your best player get treated like that? Before Caitlin arrived, the Indiana Fever could barely fill the seats, 3,000 fans at most. No energy, no excitement. But since she joined, attendance skyrocketed to over 177,000 fans per game, a 400% increase. The Fever shot to the top in attendance. But now she's moving to a league where they'll appreciate her talent. Clark, a deep one, bang, a logo bomb from Caitlin Clark. But here's the big question. What does this move mean for her future? Would jumping to Europe hurt her legacy back home? Not at all. Caitlin already has the potential to be an all-time great. Some people even call her one of the most exciting players in women's basketball history. If she goes overseas, it won't hurt her name, it'll make it even bigger. She wouldn't be the first to do it. Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner did it too. They went overseas, got the bag, came back, and still dominated. Caitlin could do the same, maybe even better. This move could turn her into an even bigger global star. Imagine her face on billboards in Europe, fans rocking her jersey in Madrid and Paris. She could become a true international celebrity. Caitlin Clark's exit isn't just a career move, it's a statement about self-worth and respect in sports. So to Caitlin, all we can say is, Europe's about to witness something special. And to the WNBA, well, they just learned the hard way that if you don't value your stars, they'll find someone who will. Good luck catching the next big thing, because here's a spoiler alert, you already missed this one.